Muting all of you. ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहना भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। Let us chant from 13th Shloka, 9th chapter. महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ
महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ
दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिताः
देवीं प्रकृतिम् आश्रिताः
भजन्त्यनन्यमनसः
भजन्त्यनन्यमनसाः
ज्ञात्वा भूतादिमव्ययम्
ज्ञात्वा भूतादि अव्ययम्
सततं कीर्तयन्तो माम्
सततं कीर्तयन्तो माम्
यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः
यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः
नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या
नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या
नित्ययुक्ता उपासते
नित्ययुक्ता उपासते
ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये
ज्ञानयज्ञेन चापयन्ये
यजन्तो मामुपासते
यजन्तो माम् उपासते
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन
एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन
बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्
बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम्
अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः
अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः
स्वधाहमहमौषधम्
स्वधाहम् औषधम्
मन्त्रोऽहमहमेवाज्यम्
मन्त्रोऽहम् हमेवाज्यम्
अहमग्निरहं हुतम्
अहम् अग्निर्हं हुतम्
पिताहमस्य जगतः
पिताहमस्य जगताः
माता धाता पितामहः
माता धाता पितामहाः
वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः
वेद्यं पवित्रम् ओङ्कार
ऋक्सामयजुरेव च
रत्सामयजुरेव च
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभुः साक्षी
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी
निवासः शरणं सुहृत्
निवास शरणं सुहृत
प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानम्
प्रभव प्रलयस्थानं
निधानं बीजमव्ययम्
निधानं बीजम् अव्ययम्
once again गतिर्भर्ता प्रभुः साक्षी
गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी
निवासः शरणं सुहृत्
निवास शरणं सुहृत
प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानम्
प्रभव प्रलयस्थानं
निधानं बीजमव्ययम्
निधानं बीजम् अव्ययम्
Thank you. So Ishvara Swarupa Varnanam, the description of Ishvara, Bhagavan, and saying that everything is Bhagavan is all right, but then the impact is not there. Okay, everything is God. So what? So what? This is the idea. So what? And so that is why we have to do Nididhyasanam on each of these words. So, Rasoham Apsu Kaunteya, that's how we saw in the 7th chapter itself. And so here, this description of Vishwarupa, Vishwarupa Drishtihi, Vishwarupa Bhaktihi is continuing. And so that Vishwarupa is important. Important because I have to take it one piece at a time, one aspect at a time, and keep seeing that law, it's immutable. It's a law that is operating. And that law, previously I thought that law was secular, but no, law is not secular. That law is Ishvara for us. There is nothing called secular in our dharma. Everything is Ishvara. In fact, there is only Ishvara. Correct? Which is Swamiji's famous words. There are not many gods. There is not one God. There is only God. Okay, that's what we are seeing here. So here we are now looking at Shloka number 18. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrit Prabhavav Pralayasthanam Nidhanam Bijam Avyayam. So again, various words Krishna is using here, and we have to look at it one by one. Gatihi, Gatihi. In our Tamil language, Gati means only one thing. Generally, they use the word Gati. எனக்கு என்ன கதின்னு தெரியல, இது எங்க போறதுன்னு தெரியல. Gati means fate. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to go. That's Gati. Gati means destination, where it's going to go, goal. Need not be goal, but at least destination. Generally used in a somewhat unknown sense, a sense of uncertainty. Okay, a sense of uncertainty. So destination is gati. Now, Bhashikara tells us that gati means karma phalam. Karma phalam. Look at that. Look at that. Bhashikara's thinking is at a different level. Karma phalam. He says, come back to karma. Karma is a law. Karma is Ishvara. In fact, one word for Ishvara, Bhagavan, is karma. Karma is Ishvara. Both drishta phalam, drishta karma, and adrishta. Cause, effect. Action, result. And that's it. The entire world is full of action and result. Either I did it or somebody else did it. That's all. That's the only difference. And therefore, karma phalam, gatihi means karma phalam. Now let's understand it properly. As far as the human being is concerned, our life is moving, has been going on for decades now, and every moment, every day of the life, if you analyze, it is all driven by my desire to get something. I want something, and in order to get that something, I must do something. Okay, this is from childhood. I've been taught that, and I must work. I must work hard also. Work is not enough. Sometimes you have to work hard, and then only you have to earn it. They say you have to earn it. And so this earning is constantly going on. Simple things, and also long-term things. I want to drink. I'm thirsty means I have to drink a glass of water. Either I have to go and get it, or you ask somebody else to get it. Whatever way it is, I have to make that effort. This effort, result. Effort, result. Or long-term things are there. Having children and getting them successful in life, etc. Parents take a lot of responsibility. Indian parents and take immense responsibility. They think they own this. Means they can't be happy unless the children are settled. It's true everywhere, not just India. But I'm saying that that concern for children. I've seen in America what they do is they of course they are all parents are same everywhere, but that there is the sense that okay, after some time he or she will take care of themselves, and so I will not make an effort to, not as much effort as the Indian parent it looked like to me, and which I think is a very good thing. I like that attitude also. Once they are on their own, then don't harass them. How are you? Why are you? This, that. Why did you not come? Why did you not call me? Why did you not? This constant thing. Love is good. Love is always good. Anybody wants love, but that love, is it control? Swamiji will always say, love becomes control. Love is a means to control others. I love you. Therefore, what? Therefore, you must listen to me. No, love need not be you must listen to me. Love means I love you. I am happy. I'm happy you're in my life. I'm happy. That's all. Over. And doesn't mean you must listen to me and all that. That's all extra. That is all this. Some Swamijis will say male chauvinism. And they've just men have just taken advantage of the situation like that, they will say. So yeah, these things are there. So therefore, I want something, I make an effort to get something. This is my life. Over. And then whatever I get, I have to protect. So yoga, first thing was what? Yoga. Yoga there is what? What is the meaning of yoga? I have to make an effort in order to get something. Then I get something. Now I have to protect what I get. And that is called kshema. Kshema. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So in Bhagavad Gita and in Vishnu Sahasranamam, he says that. Vishnu says that yoga kshemam vahamyam. That's it. Our life is expressed in two words, yoga and kshema. That's it over. And so this is what my entire life is. To put it in different words, Artha, Kama, and Dharma define my life. Artha, Kama, and Dharma. Dharma is, of course, important, but Artha and Kama, primarily, they drive me. Throughout, they drive me. And I bring more Dharma, I bring, the more mature I become. And so, this is the Gatihi, Karma Phalam. And so, Bhagavan says, I am that Karma Phalam. Whatever you do, you are doing karma and you are expecting a result. I am that result. I am that Gatihi, he says. Bhagavan Krishna says that. I am that Gatihi, Karma Phalam. And so, okay. So I'm getting now when I'm successful, I'm very happy. When I get what I want, I'm very happy. When I don't get what I want, oftentimes, especially health, disease, nobody gets up in the morning and says, I'm feeling so good today. From tomorrow onwards, I want to have a temperature of 103. No, nobody says that. I don't know why nobody's. They say varieties. One person told me this in a Gita class. One person said, variety, life is, you should have variety in life. Variety is the spice of life. Or like this lecture he was giving. Then I said, okay, variety is the spice of life. So why don't you get up in the morning and ask for some headache? Headache, if you get, you should not complain. You should never complain. Don't complain that your so and so children are not listening to me. Variety is the spice of life. If they're constantly listening to you, it's very boring, my dear friend. You should have people that don't listen to you. You should have a boss that does not understand you. Then only it's variety. Then he got the idea. Then he didn't say this anymore. So, uh, so, so our understanding is somewhat limited. And so when success happens, I'm happy. What about failure? Success is Bhagavan, karma palam. Failure, well, failure is your interpretation. That's all. You are using a word called I failed. But Bhagavan doesn't think you failed. Bhagavan says this is what is the result. That is commensurate with your effort, current effort, drishta karma, and adrishta karma that is also working. And so there is no real question of failure or success. And this is how it is. This is how it is. And therefore, in second chapter also we studied that. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya, 48th shloka. Siddhi siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. The siddhi and asiddhi. Siddhi means success. Asiddhi means failure. Second chapter. That idea, this is why we have to be careful. That is why when somebody, we have to teach this. How do we teach this to children? This is how we think also, right? It means you be successful, acknowledge all the people who helped you get this. Okay, you got first rank, first prize, right? Today, Independence Day, they honored you. It's acknowledge, okay, running race, you got first prize. Okay, acknowledge everybody who helped you. Can you list 10 people who helped you? Yes, I can list. List it. 10. Okay. Who else helped you? That's all? 10 people? No. What about all the taxi drivers and auto drivers who took you to the gym? Did they help you or not? Yes, they helped you. Okay, do that. Like this, you keep on listing. The children will be made to understand so many factors at work. Then what happens? They will not be lost in success, neither they will be lost when something doesn't work out for them. Automatically they will take it objectively. Say, yes, I'm blessed to be successful, and things didn't work out in my favor this time, so that's okay. I didn't fail, and like that idea has to come here. Therefore, aham karma phalam, aham gatihi. Same thing. Second chapter, we saw all these things. Sukha dukhe same krutva. Our Narayanji has that in the tagline WhatsApp. I think I don't know if he still has it, but long ago I remember he said, Sukha dukhe same krutva. He likes that, and so consider happiness and sorrow as just visitors. Okay, same krutva. And that's good. Labha, labho, jaya, jayo, profit and loss, identical, etc. And Swamiji says, resistance. Don't resist things like that, he says. And things happen. And so I give a little time to watch what happens. And sometimes it's not easy at all when what I'm getting is, you know, something that's traumatic. How am I going to deal with traumatic situations? Well, I must be able to deal with simple situations. Only then I can deal with traumatic situations. So let's practice that. Aham gatihi. Bhagavan is doing it. Bhagavan is the karma phalam. So why should I condemn myself? That is a beautiful attitude. So here, aham gatihi, aham karma phalam, and then gatir bharta. Bharta. So bharta is not an uncommon word in our culture, and in Tamil we don't use this word that often. In Telugu, bharta means husband. Bharta. I heard that when I was in Hyderabad. I remember they used to say bharta. And Hindi mein, I don't remember. I don't know what they say. Bharta. I've not heard that word. But Bharta means, in colloquial language, it means husband. And but यहाँ पर Shankaracharya says Pushta. Pushta. Pushta means the nourisher. Literal meaning, it means karma phala data. Previously, what we said? We said Gatihi is karma phalam. I am karma phalam. And then I am the karma phala data. I am the giver. I am the one who distributes the karma phalam. So there is that also. And so again, a recognition of all the factors involved in even a very simple act of drinking water. That is enough. That act of drinking water can teach us that there are so many factors involved. Because one can choke and choke. And depending on the state of the person, they may or may not be able to recover from that choking. What do they say that? They say aspiration. Yeah, this aspiration, that new word, I didn't know what aspiration was until my mother got a stroke. And so suddenly this drinking water becomes a huge thing. Every act of drinking water you have to watch. And so is it it's because a stroke patient cannot swallow, after for having gotten, I mean, tube fed for months, and then suddenly the tube is taken out, and then they've forgotten how to swallow. This is just Ishvara's work is just absolutely tremendous when I see all these things and how much we have taken for granted. And so that aspiration can happen. So always a slip between the cup and the lip, they say. And so that's always there. So too many factors. And good example, another good example comes to mind, which is weather prediction. Weather prediction. And here, in our Indian TV, I don't know what they have not caught up. I think we don't watch weather and all. There's no weather channel and all in India. We don't watch all. But in America, constantly every TV channel talks about weather. Last 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the news is just reserved for weather. Hi guys, I'm so and so John, and all that. He starts talking to you. He's standing in front of a map, and then we're having a great day today, and like that he starts off. And here, I don't know. Here they don't have anything. At least when it rains and all that, they should tell us some weather. But nothing, no talk of weather. I don't know. These days, apps they have all that. I don't know. But on TV, at least they don't. This weather. Sometimes we need to know what the weather is tomorrow. Next 5 days we're going out. How's the weather going to look like? I don't know. We just go. I think people take an umbrella and then they just go. Whatever happens, happens. That's all. And so many factors. That's what I was thinking. Weather prediction, and they use. It's a science. It's a big science, meteorology, and the pressure, humidity, wind speed, wind direction, and then there is a cloud cover, and then front. They use some factors, some major factors, some 7 or 8 factors they do, and then they based on that they predict the weather. And I don't know. I don't think they have perfected weather prediction. That's because these factors are too many, too many. So we should not think all these meteorologists are bluffing, and they're not bluffing. They're all scientists also. We should respect them, and we should also help them. And so therefore, this is just whatever we do. There are too many factors involved. And so here, Bharta, I'm the giver of the karma phalam. Previously I said I am the karma phalam. Now I am the giver of the karma phalam. Like that he says, Gatir Bharta. And then, so previously karma phalam, now karma phala data. And that karma phalam idea will not go away with the next word, Prabhuhu. Gatir Bharta, Prabhuhu. Prabhu. Hey Prabhu, we say, hey Prabhu, hey Bhagavan, hey oh God, Prabhu, commonly said, Prabhu. And Shankaracharya also says Swami, Swami. And so here also, commentators will say, Karma Phala Dana Samarthaha. So I am the giver, but I am the law also. I am the law. I am the giver of the law, dispenser of the law, of the result, and I am the result. So complete the whole circle. I am the law, and therefore I produce a result. The law produces a result, therefore I am the result. And who is giving you the result? I am giving you the result. So all the three are mentioned by these three words, Gatihi, Bharta, and Prabhu. And so here what? Karma Phala Dana Samarthaha, the one who is qualified to give that karma phalam. I'm the giver of karma phalam, he said that. But now I am qualified. So what kind of qualification I need to have? Bhagavan needs to have Sarvajnaha. All knowledge, omniscience. Omniscience must be there. God must be omniscient. Ishvaraha, Sarvajnaha, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvavit, all that has to be brought in here. When we say Prabhuhu, so Prabhavati iti Prabhuhu, one who is capable of giving karma phalam is called Prabhuhu in this context. Okay, one who shines, Prabhavati, one whose presence is felt, cannot be missed, is also called Prabhuhu. So here, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, Karma Phaladana Samarthaha, one who is capable of giving karma phalam. Then Sakshi. Sakshi. I'm doing so much work. I've been doing a lot of work for so many yugas now. And yet I am a Sakshi. I'm only an observer of things. I'm just a witness. That is what he's saying here. Okay. And so all the mischief that is going on in this world, all the activity, all the entropy that is there, it is all Maya Kritam. It is all done by Apara Prakriti. Of course, she depends on me, Apara Prakriti. And I am Para Prakriti. I am Sakshi. Okay, I am Sakshi. And so we saw in the 5th chapter also, 8th shloka, Naiva Kinchit Karomiti, in the sense, in the context of Jiva, we saw it. Naiva Kinchit Karomiti Yukto Manyeta Tattvavit. Correct? Tattvavit. Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, Gachan, Swapan, Swashan, like that. We saw a beautiful shloka. Pralapan, etc. So, Pashyan, Shrinvan. So, even while doing all the things I'm doing, Pashyan, seeing, Shrinvan, listening. The other day we had a meditation, and that meditation session, we focused on this idea that hearing, you don't have any kartrutvam when you hear something. That idea we're trying to unfold there in that session. And why is that? That's because what? You've been hearing these words for the last so much minutes, okay? And what did you actually do to hear these words? Did you have to do something special? No, you did not do anything special. You had to do a lot. You had to mute your phone. You had to do this, that, make sure the doors are closed, etc. Maybe all that you had to do. You had to tell your people that, hey, my class is going to start. I'll meet you. I'll talk to you after an hour. All this you did. All that kartirtham. So much free will is involved. But then the minute you sit here, what word is coming is not in your control, and you're going to hear, you're thinking you're going to hear, that's all. You don't have to do anything. Your ears are doing the job, and mind is alert, and you don't have free will. That is why you can even go to sleep, because you don't have free will. If you had free will, what will you say? Who wants to sleep in a class? Let's let's assume the class is interesting. Okay, the class is not interesting. Okay, I think this is a great time for me to take a nap. That's okay. We'll leave that aside. Let's assume the class is interesting. And then, but then last night I slept at 12 midnight, 1 o'clock, and this and that, class is at 6:30. So because of that, fatigue is there, and therefore sleep comes. Free will is not there, correct? Without free will, no free will in all these matters. And so, Pashyan Shinvan. And so that is why we say, in Shravanam, there is no free will involved. In understanding, there is no free will involved. You can process it, you can do those kinds of things, but understanding happens and hearing happens. Okay, Pashyan Srinvan, he says that in the 8th shloka of the 5th chapter. So, but then doing all these things, Naiva Kinchit Karomi Iti. I don't do anything, despite the fact that so much activity is happening. Okay, that's what we studied in the 5th chapter. And so I am Sakshi. I'm Sakshi. You can say I am a witness. That may be a translation for Sakshi. And then what? Nivasaha. Sakshi means what? Akartri Sakshi. Sakshi. Even we should not, then the act of witnessing will become an action, correct? I'm watching all of you, like they say. In the swimming pool, there is one person. I forget his name now, but his job is to just watch. Keep on watching, right? So watch, make sure everybody's doing okay, and then his job is to find out if anybody's in trouble.
Lifeguard.
Huh?
Lifeguard.
Life what?
Lifeguard.
Lifeguard, yeah, exactly. Lifeguard. That lifeguard is there. It guards the life. So for him, his duty is, he can't say, I'm Atma, Sakshi, and all. He can't say. He has to do the job of Sakshi. But Bhagavan is not doing the job of Sakshi. Okay? Sakshitvam is not there for Bhagavan. Okay. Nivasaha. Nivasaha. So in India, at least, when they build the homes, they like to give some names to their homes. And they'll etch the name outside the gate, near the gate. The name will be there on the pillar. Like Lakshmi Nivasaha, Lakshmi Nivas, like that. It's a beautiful concept. I like that idea. And so Nivasaha means Lakshmi is there in this house. That is the meaning of Lakshmi Nivas, Sri Nivas. And so a place where something resides is called a Nivasaha. And here Nivasaha means what? Nivasaha, everything resides in me. Everything resides in me. I'm the home for everything. And so the entire cosmos is in me. That is the Nivasaha. And so Bhashikara says, Yasmin Praninaha Nivasanti. That in whom all beings live, reside. That is what Shankaracharya is telling us. And so I am the support of the entire world. I am the support of the entire world. Like what? Like our pot and clay. Clay is the support of the world of pots and world of clay objects. All clay objects are supported by clay. Clay is Sakshi. Clay doesn't do anything. And That's the idea here, Nivasaha. Then look at the next word, Sharanam. Sharanam Prapadye. Sharanam. Sharanam means often used in the sense of surrender. Surrender. In fact, Bhashikara says that Artanam Prapannanam Artiharaha means what? Those who have pain, who have fear, and they surrender to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan will protect them. Take away all that pain and fear. That's the idea. That is Sharanam. And so that person who takes away Arti Haraha, Jo, I don't know, Hindi mein stealing harta hai? Is that what it is? I don't know. I don't know what stealing. What is the main word in Hindi? I don't know. In Sanskrit, it is harati. Harati. One who takes away all that dukkha in a person, when the person surrenders, is called this Sharanam. So Sharanam here is what? Referring to Bhagavan. It's not the process of surrender. It is a person who protects me when I surrender to Bhagavan is called Sharanam. That person is called Sharanam. Bhagavan is called Sharanam.
Guruji, could you kindly repeat Arthanam, Prapannanam?
Artiharaha. Artiharaha. Prapannanam, of those people who surrender, Prapannanam, and then he is the one who takes away haraha, takes away what? Arti haraha. Artha, distress, agony, sorrow, all that is called artha. And someone who does that is called Sharanam.
Kumarji, there is a Meera Bhajan that goes Hari, Haro, Janake Beat.
Okay.
So that Hara is to take away, steal away.
Steal away, steal away. So in Hindi, they, what is the word in Hindi for stealing? Hara that's a word, is it?
That is one word.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chori,
And then
chori karna is there. That is different.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, yeah. Correct. Haraha.
No, haran karna.
Yeah.
Haran karna.
Sita haran, haran
correct.
karna.
Sita haran, exactly. Okay, that's right. Sita haran. Haran karna. Right. So har is the word in Hindi also. So I don't know. Har Har Mahadev. We need to find out what that har means. Har Har Mahadev. Hey Mahadev, take away all my problems.
Yeah, it's Hara Hara Mahadev.
Hara Hara.
It's Hara Hara Mahadev.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hara Hara Mahadev. Not like
Yeah.
Hari Hari, Hara Hara. Your name,
Yeah,
you're also
correct,
Hara,
correct.
you're also Mahadev.
Correct.
Or you take away all Mahadev, Hara Hara. Hara Hara. I've come here, take away all my problems. Okay, maybe, I don't know. In Hindi, we could say that. Okay, anyway. So, no, in Sanskrit also, Hara. Harati Papan, lot. Hara means take away. So, Hara. Hey Hara, Sambodhana means Hey Shiva. And then Hara, if you use it as a verb, then it becomes what? Take away. So both
Even for Murugan, we say Arohara.
Arohara. Arohara. Arohara. We say that. So what does it mean? What does that mean? So we need to look into that. Anyway, so coming back to this Sharanam. Sharanam. So this surrender is not a new concept for us. Even our Puranas and Itihasas, they talk about surrender. Gajendra Moksha is there. This elephant, it seems, was caught by the crocodile, and then he was calling for Vishnu. And then Vishnu came and then killed the crocodile and then freed Gajendra, and so got Gajendra Moksha. Very, very, very popular story, Gajendra Moksha. And then, of course, we have the story of Dhruva. Dhruva was a child, and he was so insulted by his the two wives that he had, that his father, Suniti and Suruchi, right? And then Suruchi did not like Dhruva sitting on Suniti's son sitting on the lap, and so he got insulted and he went and cried, and mom said, You can't help it, my dear. Only person who can help you is Vishnu. So surrender to Vishnu, and then there you go. So Vishnu Puranam starts with the story, and so there he surrenders. He says Vishnu. That's it. The boy takes it literally and then goes after Vishnu. And beautiful story it is. Surrender. Prahlada. Prahlada surrenders in a different way. Jnana Margena. He says, yeah, Bhagavan is there everywhere. It's an axiom. For Prahlad, it's an axiom. It's a law. And who are you to tell me to worship somebody and all that? There's no somebody, everything is Vishnu. And so he also is there. And then, so what to talk of? Our Mahabharata, Draupadi. Draupadi surrenders. Draupadi must have said, these people have surrendered their Kartrutvam. And now I am here just like that, and only you can help me, hey Krishna. And beautiful story there. And so this idea of surrender from our Puranas, we know. And in our own life, in our stories of various people, saints, Mahatmas, we have Tyagaraja here in the south, we have Annamacharya, we have Bhakta Tukaram, go up a little bit, we have Eknath, we have Namdev, go a little bit further, Vallabhacharya, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have all these people. Tulsidas, Ramdas, Kabirdas, everything. All are just, they're all embodiments of the Sharanam, embodiments of the surrender. And so, see, yesterday in our class, Swamiji was telling, when I pray, what is the immediate result of prayer? Sublimation of Ahankara. This Ahankara is there. I am the center of the universe. This is what Ahankara is. Ahankara means what? I am the center of my universe. Okay. Maybe not your universe, but my universe, I am the center. Okay. And so this idea is there. Too big. So when you do Namaskar itself, this idea of doing Namaskar to somebody is such a big blessing to all of us. And then Prarthana, doing Puja, etc. is such another big blessing because my Ahankara is sublimated. Ahankara is a blessing. It can't be a curse. I make it into a curse. And so Swami was telling that. Because puja is there. Suppose somebody argues, hey, Bhagavan has no free will. Right? Based on our discussion, our study, Bhagavan has no free will. Because the law is all in motion. Bhagavan cannot violate his or her own laws. And so there is no. Then why should I pray? Hey, prayer is an action also. Actions influence results. Okay. Prayer is absolutely an action. And one of the biggest things that happens in prayer is my ahankara is kept aside. It's said, okay, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Don't come in between me and Bhagavan. Okay. That's what it is. And so doing namaskar. And so Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Nagar. पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो. So Meera, so we see all these things, and so here there are two kinds of protection by the act of surrender, sharanam. First is the literal, like the Gajendra was freed from the crocodile. The physical crocodile that is there, and released the leg of Gajendra, and Gajendra was free to move around after that. That is one. That is one. Free me from this disease that I have. Okay, that is one. Second is the disease of samsara. Samsara. Vishnu releases the Sudarshana Chakra and then kills the crocodile. Vishnu has to release that same Sudarshana Chakram to do what? On me, so that my Ajnanam can be removed. That is why the Chakram is called Sudarshanam, Sushtu Darshanam. Darshanam means vision. Clear vision, right vision. That is the meaning of Sudarshana Chakram. Therefore, all these ideas that, Shiva opened his third eye and then he finished off Kamadeva and all. We used to read all these comics. Then we used to just be amazed by all this. What a life we used to have. And so now we say, okay, this third eye, what happened? Hey, it is called Jnana Chakshuhu. Don't worry if Shiva does not have a literal third eye and all that. Don't get carried away by this literally third eye, Jnana Chakshuhu. Likewise, Vishnu can be my guru, and may your Sudarshana Chakra do its job on me. Okay, and so Sharanam. Sharanam, Shri Himsayam, Sanskrit students. Shri means Himsa. Himsa means attack, kill, and in the sense of killing. And Shrinati, Dukkham, in the sense of elimination of dukkha and sorrow. That is the meaning of the word Sharanam. Swamiji says, Shiryate Dukkham Asmin. Shiryate Dukkham Asmin. So same thing. One who has the capacity to remove the sorrow permanently is called Sharanam. Okay? All right. Suhrit. Suhrit. Very beautiful word. Suhrit. Means friend. Literally, they will translate it as friend. Okay? But Mitram also is friend. Suhrit also is friend. What is the difference between these two words? Mitram is defined in the following manner. Okay? Pratyupakaram apekshya upakaroti iti. If you are writing it down, Pratyupakaram apekshya upakaroti. That is the definition of mitram. Mitram means friend. Mera mitra hai, we say. No? So, that mitram, that mitra. Pratyupakaram apekshya upakaroti. Upakaroti means helps. Sahayam karoti. And one who helps is a mitram, no doubt. But then one clause is added. Pratyupakaram apekshya means expecting something in return. It's called a mitram. But if you have a friend who does not expect anything from you in return, then he or she should be called what? Suhrit. Pratyupakaram anapekshya upakaroti. Anapekshya, not expecting anything in return. That requires even more maturity. Even more maturity. And so Bhagavan is Mitram or Suhrit. Obviously, Suhrit. And we've encountered the word Suhrit before.
6-9.
Surudam Sarvabhutanam.
No. Suhrit Mitra
Suhridam
6-9.
Sarvabhutanam.
Yeah, both. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam also.
Mitrari.
Suhran Mitrari. 6-9. Suhran Mitraryudasina Madhyastadvesha Bandhushu Sadushvapicha Papeshu Samabuddhir Vishishyate. I think that's how it goes. So Suhran. So there we saw the word Suhran. So he says in all these people, Suhran, Mitra, etc., and enemy also, Samabuddhihi. Samabuddhihi means the same vision. It doesn't mean you condone adharma. Adharma has to be dealt with properly. But the vision is same. That person is also Atma. That person is also Atma. That same pure Atma, Shuddha Atma, Shuddha Chaitanyam. Okay. Prabhavaha Pralayaha Sthanam. Sthanam. I am the Prabhavaha. Prabhava means I am the Srishtikarta. Prabhava Karanam is Prabhavaha here. Prabhava means what? Creation. I am the creator. Prabhavaha Sthanam. Prabhavaha is creator. That's it. And then Sthiti. Srishti, Sthiti, Daya. Srishti, Prabhavaha. Srishti Karta, Prabhavaha. Or Srishti Karanam, Prabhavaha. Then Sthiti Karanam, Sthanam. Sthiti Karanam, Sthanam. And then Laya Karanam is Pralayaha. I am the cause for the production, sustenance, maintenance, and resolution. Okay, I am the cause of it. And the beautiful thing about this is nothing new can really come out of anything. Come out. Nothing can come out of nothing. Nothing can come out of nothing. I don't know if that's a right statement or not. Nothing can come out of nothing. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable statement. Okay. So that means when nothing is there, you can't produce anything from nothing. That is the main. Which is unique to Sanatana Dharma. No other major religion talks about this. And so here he says, I am Prabhava. Pralayaha Sthanam. Nidhanam. Nidhanam. I am the storehouse, I am the repository of everything. In particular, everything is jnanam. Therefore, I am the repository of all knowledge. I am the treasure house. The treasure house of all knowledge. And means I am sarvavit, sarvajnaha. Whatever you are trying to find out is a small aspect of me. Whatever you are trying to learn is a small aspect of the entire corpus of knowledge. In fact, we can't even use the word corpus here. And that's the person I am. I am the nidhanam. I am the koshaha. Koshaha. In Sanskrit, they say vitta koshaha means, bank. For a bank, they call vitta koshaha. And then some companies, big companies, they have a finance department, but sometimes they call it treasury. Like, of course, the government has a treasury. And some companies also, they have treasurers and Department of Treasury also, they say. Big companies. Sometimes they do that. Treasury. Small companies, they can't call their bank account and all treasury and all, they can't say. Because, like our Arsha Seva Kendra. We have about 3 lakhs in our account. 4 lakhs we have, okay? We are supposed to spend, in the next college fees, we are going to spend 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs. And suddenly question, what happened? Jaykumarji, we have no money. And so we had an emergency meeting. I called an emergency meeting with all, with our Ramesh ji and Mahesh ji and all these people came, and then we have to do something. Because we have started supporting these children. Now they're all going to college, so our expenses are increasing. And then within the next 3 weeks, we have to spend 10 lakhs. Where is the money? And so they said we should send an appeal to everybody. So you guys are going to get an email, okay? Watch your email. And after 2 weeks, if you say I did not get email, then don't worry. This is the appeal. My words is the appeal, okay? That's the appeal. We need so much money. After that, we need another 10, 15 lakhs through the rest of the year, okay? So appeal is over. So if you get mail or email, doesn't matter. Appeal is over. So nidhanam. And so all knowledge, yahan par to all knowledge. And so all knowledge. Therefore, there can't be an invention per our understanding of Bhagavan, of life, of this world. Invention is not possible. Why? Because all knowledge is already there. It is to be discovered. Because my mind is limited. Okay, my ability to know is limited, and I'm slowly scratching, and I'm trying to find more and more. And they say science is growing. It's a growing. Knowledge is always a growing field. That's okay. Nothing wrong with making that statement. But really speaking, no knowledge can be created. Why? Because nidhanam. So Bhagavan, all knowledge is out there. You are welcome to know it. Try your best. Then we try our best and we know it. And that is why, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Smritir labdha. Nashto mohaha. My confusion is gone. Smritihi labdha, he says. It's a fascinating statement. Smritihi labdha means what? Smritihi means memory. I got back my memory, he says. Memory of who are you, who am I, everything. Memory. I think the knowledge is always there. That's a very, very powerful statement there. Okay, then what? Bijam avyayam. Bijam avyayam. I am the inexhaustible seed. Bijam is seed. Avyayam. Avyayam, imperishable, indeclinable. So this kind of, I am somebody who never exhausts. Because in 8th chapter we studied Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Aharyat Brahmano Viduhu. And then Ratri Yuga Sahasrantam, like that. And then what? Teho Ratra Vido Viduhu, like that we saw in this 8th chapter. So this is going on and on. On and on. And then again, Avyakta, Vyaktaya Sarve, etc. we saw. Therefore, it's so many yugas of Vyakta means manifest world. Then another so many yugas, unmanifest pralaya world. Again coming back again. Bhagavan cannot say I'm tired. Bhagavan will not say I'm tired. There is nothing is getting spent here. And consciousness, Atma, Brahma, I am. I am Bijam, Avyayam. Inexhaustible seed. I'm the seed. In this context, I'm the seed because from me alone, everything happens. The entire world comes from me alone. From Avyakta, unmanifest alone, the entire Vyaktam. The world is Vyaktam. And so, I am the Bijam, I am the inexhaustible seed. And so, all these words are being used now. Very interesting. Small words also. Gatihi, Prabhuhu. So, in fact, we ended up spending the whole class 1 hour for this shloka. Normally, we spend about half an hour for a shloka. I've been noticing that. It's not planned. Don't think I'm planning exactly to and all that. It's somehow it is working out like this. And so here, these words being short, I think short words, still the same amount of explanation is needed, and more words, and therefore we ended up doing this. So let's translate this shloka number 18. I am the goal. Everything has to be put in quotes, okay? Karma phalam. Gati is karma phalam. And so here we are saying I am the goal. Goal because why karma phalam is said as goal? Because I want karma phalam and I have an idea of what I want, and what I want is called the goal, and therefore that gati is called goal. Okay, I am the goal, comma, the sustainer, comma, the master, comma, am I audible? Suddenly my screen froze here. Okay. Okay. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, comma, the abode, comma, the refuge, comma, the well-wisher, comma, the source, the ground of resolution, comma, the support, comma, then the repository, within brackets, of all, repository of all, comma, and the inexhaustible seed, I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, the well-wisher, the source, the ground of resolution, the support, the repository of all, and the inexhaustible seed. Om swastik prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasyashalini deshoyam kshobarahitah brahmanas santu nirbhayaः om sarve bhavantu sukhinah सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.